हेलो स्टूडेंट्स, यदि आपने अभी तक मेरा चैनल सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया तो ज़रूर करें। इस वीडियो में हम करेंगे एनसीईआरटी टेक्स्ट बुक एसिड बेसिस एंड सॉल्ट्स पार्ट 3, रिएक्शन ऑफ मेटालिक ऑक्साइड्स with acids. Take a small amount of copper oxide in a beaker and add dilute hydrochloric acid slowly while stirring. Because we are showing reaction of metallic oxide. Metallic oxide we have taken is copper oxide. कॉपर ऑक्साइड सोल्यूशन एक बीकर में लेके उसमें dilute HCl डालना है, धीरे धीरे से डालना और स्टर करते जाना कॉन्टिन्यूसली। तो क्या होता है, we will see that color of the solution becomes blue green and copper oxide dissolves. What is that blue green color? As this reaction is given, we can take here copper oxide and acid, we can take HCl, salt formed, it will be copper chloride and water. Here this copper oxide dissolves in HCl and copper chloride is formed. The blue green color of the solution is due to the formation of copper chloride. So this color will be blue green color. Now, and the other thing is formed water. That means when metal oxide reacts with acid, salt and water are formed. We have written the equation of this. We can balance this equation. CuO plus, it will be 2 HCl. Cu 1 and oxygen is 1, 2 hydrogen and 2 chlorine. Now this is balanced equation. Now the next thing is reaction of non-metallic oxide with base. Here we will take calcium hydroxide. Calcium hydroxide is base. We have seen the reaction carbon dioxide with calcium hydroxide. What happens? When calcium hydroxide reacts with carbon dioxide, what forms? It will form calcium carbonate and H2O. That means this CaOH2 is base. It reacts with carbon dioxide. This is non-metallic oxide with base. That means base is calcium hydroxide and carbon dioxide is non-metallic oxide. When non-metallic oxide reacts with base, calcium carbonate and water is formed. Again, calcium carbonate is salt. That means salt and water are formed. This means this reaction is similar to the reaction between base and acid. Again, when acid reacts with base, salt and water are formed. In the same way, when non-metallic oxide react with base, salt and water are formed. The next is, what do all acids and all bases have in common? All acids, that means we can say HCl, HNO3 and H2SO4, even the weak acids, and all the bases, calcium hydroxide, sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide. What is common in all acids and what is common in all base? All acids have similar chemical properties Why? We saw this in activity, hydrogen gas on reacting with metals. All acids generate hydrogen gas. That means when acids react with metals, they form hydrogen gas. So hydrogen seem to be the common to all acids. How it is? As I write here, H2SO4, HNO3 and HCl. What is common? Hydrogen is common in this. So in all acids, hydrogen is common. That's why acids, all the acids have similar properties. And let's take an activity. Activity to investigate whether all compounds containing hydrogen are acidic. कि जितने भी कंपाउंड्स जिसमें भी, जैसे मैंने कह दिया कि सारे एसिड्स में हाइड्रोजन कॉमन है, तो जितने भी कंपाउंड्स हैं जिसमें भी हाइड्रोजन होगी, क्या वो सभी एसिडिक होंगे? इसके लिए हमने एक एक्टिविटी करनी है. दिस एक्टिविटी 2.8. टेक सोल्यूशन ऑफ ग्लूकोज, अल्कोहल, हाइड्रोक्लोरिक एसिड, सल्फ्यूरिक एसिड. That means hydrochloric acid and sulfuric acid are acids, glucose and alcohol are bases. Fix 2 nails on a cork. ये cork ले लिया, इसके ऊपर 2 nails fix करके, तो एक बीकर लेकर उसके बीच में इसको रबड़ कॉर्क को रख देना है, और जो इसके nails हैं उसके साथ सर्किट कंप्लीट किया हुआ है. दिस इज स्विच, बल्ब and 6 volt battery. Now we will add dilute HCl solution. Dilute HCl to it. What will happen? When the current will flow, the bulb will glow. That means we have added HCl to it and the bulb is glowing. In the same way we can take H2SO4, HNO3. The same process will happen in all the acids. But if we take the case of glucose or alcohol, instead of dilute HCl or sulfuric acid, we take glucose or alcohol here, the bulb will not glow. Why so? The bulb will start glowing in the case of acids, but it will not glow in the case of bases. Glowing of the bulb indicates that there is flow of electric current through the solution. And why this electric current is carried through the acidic solution by ions. इसका मतलब कि जब जो एसिड सोल्यूशन है उनमें से जब करंट पास किया जाता है तो आयंस बनते हैं, that is hydrogen ions. Acid contain hydrogen ions that are cations. And anions कौन से इसमें बनते हैं? क्लोरीन, HCl में क्लोरीन बनेगा, नाइट्रिक एसिड में NO3 बनेगा और सल्फ्यूरिक एसिड में SO4 बनेगा. इन द सेम वे एसिटिक एसिड में CH3CO. Since the cation present in acid is H, सभी एसिड्स में जो cation बना है वो H है. This suggests that acids produce hydrogen ion. This is hydrogen ion, which are responsible for the acidic property. So that's why acids are having hydrogen ion and their property, that is flow of current, is shown by the acids. We can take any acid and the same property will be shown by all the acids. Repeat the same activity using alkalis. अब इसकी जगह पे आपने बेसिस ले लेने हैं, सोडियम हाइड्रोक्साइड, कैल्शियम हाइड्रोक्साइड, एज आई हैव टोल्ड यू. तो उसमें करंट फ्लो नहीं होगा बिकॉज द आयंस, हाइड्रोजन आयंस आर नॉट देयर. सो this is totally different. No flow of current will take place. Now what is next? What happens to an acid or base in a water solution? इसके लिए एक्टिविटी है 2.9. टेक अबाउट 1 ग्राम सॉलिड NaCl. ये टेस्ट ट्यूब है, इसके बीच में सोडियम क्लोराइड NaCl ले लेना आपने और उसमें उसको ये टेस्ट ट्यूब को इसमें ड्रॉप वाइज H2SO4 डाइल्यूट कंसंट्रेटेड सल्फ्यूरिक एसिड इसमें डालेंगे. तो क्या होगा, जब सोडियम क्लोराइड में कंसंट्रेटेड सल्फ्यूरिक एसिड हम डालेंगे तो रिएक्शन होगा, तो क्या बनेगा, सोडियम सल्फेट, बिकॉज एंड here it is sodium chloride and here it is H2SO4. Sodium sulfuric acid react with sodium chloride and reaction will take place and a gas is produced. What will happen if we bring one litmus paper near it? What will it show? The color of the litmus paper will change, but not in all cases. He has given two cases. One is dry HCl gas and other is HCl solution. What do you mean by this? Because here in this reaction HCl is produced, HCl gas is produced. When we bring wet litmus paper, it will change its color, but when we will bring dry litmus paper, there will be no change in the color. This experiment suggests that hydrogen ions in HCl are produced in the presence of water. The separation of hydrogen ion from HCl molecule cannot occur in the absence of water. That means HCl जो है उसमें अगर हम वाटर का रिएक्शन देखें तो हाइड्रोनियम आयन और क्लोराइड आयन बनते हैं. तो दिस इज कॉल्ड हाइड्रोनियम. हाइड्रोजन आयन कैन नॉट एग्जिस्ट अलोन बट दे एग्जिस्ट आफ्टर कंबाइनिंग विद वाटर मॉलिक्यूल. ये हाइड्रोजन आयन जो है ये एग्जिस्ट नहीं करते, सिर्फ ये वाटर मॉलिक्यूल के साथ रिएक्ट करके ही एग्जिस्ट करते हैं. इसलिए यहाँ पे जब हम वेट लिटमस पेपर लेकर आएंगे तभी ये इसका कलर चेंज होगा, नहीं तो इसका कलर चेंज नहीं होगा. वी हैव सीन दैट एसिड्स गिव hydronium ion in water. Let's see what happens when the base is dissolved in water. Now, the same way, sodium hydroxide, sodium ion and OH ion are produced. We are taking the case of this bases. If we take potassium hydroxide, potassium ion and hydroxide ion are formed. If we take the case of magnesium hydroxide, magnesium ion and hydroxide ion are formed. Bases generate hydroxide ion in water. As in case of acid, hydrogen ions are produced. Bases which are soluble in water are called the alkalis. This is the definition of alkali. What are alkalis? Bases which are soluble in water are called the alkalis. Now, as we have identified that all acids generate H ion and all bases generate OH ion, we can view the neutralization reaction as follows. This neutralization reaction shows when acid react with base, salt and water are produced. This we have already done, this reaction, and the process of dissolving, sometimes we have seen this sign. This is sign of danger, warning sign displayed on containers containing concentrated acids and bases. We shouldn't touch it. Now next is activity 2.10. We will do in the next video. Thank you.